Hi everyone and welcome to this KlipDraw launch event. I'm Sofia Volpe, the product manager of KlipDraw. And first of all, I would like to thank you for being here and for supporting us for so many years. Finally, I've got very good news. KlipDraw Motion is finally here. In this premiere, I will show you how to use this software, and in a few minutes you will be able to download it from our official webpage. So I will talk you about the new automatic tracking feature that will allow all the analysts and coaches to save a lot of time, and you will see how easy to use. I want to present you a software that is simple, effective, and has a very great value for money. And that is not the only news that I want to present you. I also want to introduce you the new version of KlipDraw Animate for macOS. In this case, it will be available just the Animate version, but we have planned in the future to develop the KlipDraw Motion one. So let's not lose any more time and just get started. I will start with showing you KlipDraw Animate for Mac OS platform and its new interface. And then we will talk about KlipDraw Motion, and I will show you all the new features that this great software has to offer you. And one last thing, if you have any question, just wait until the end. At the end of the presentation, I will answer to the most frequent asked questions, and if you have more, I will answer you on live. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so here we are in our Mac OS environment. As you can see, we have our KlipDraw here. As I said, it's KlipDraw Animate. We have some new changes in the interface. Let's say that one of the biggest changes for this is the way to use the drawing window. We will see it soon. Also in the Windows version. So let's start. Let's select a new project. We can open a new project, or we can see all the last projects saved here. So open a new project, select the video, and as we see, the video player window has not changed a lot. We always have our main timeline and our second one on which we will work. So let's select a frame on which we want to draw, create a clip by just clicking and dragging, and once we find the exact frame on which we want to draw, let's open it. And as I said, the biggest changes are in this window. This is our new drawing window. As I said, it will be available soon also in KlipDraw Animate and KlipDraw Basic for Windows platforms. We have the basic editing tools up here. And now the big news is that we have all our drawing tools here on the left column. They are grouped. What does it mean? That if they have like this small arrow under, it means that they are a part of a biggest group. If we maintain clicked our left button of the mouse, it will open the group and it will show us which tools we can use, like this. In this case, we have like a spotlight with base or without base. So let's add a spotlight with base. As we have always done, here we can change on the right side the colors. And now with a simple click, we can create the spotlight. We can also select a favorite color, just clicking on the color on the upper side color and dragging in favorite, and here we have our spotlight. One of the biggest changes is also the timeline down here. As you can see, when I've created my object, this line has appeared. This line represents our object. Here I can change the speed animation, and with this track I can see from which second to which second my drawing appears. For example, in this case from 1 to 6. Okay, so if I want to change, let's say I want to add a square, let's do it in this way, and if I click and drag, I change the color. Before, let's add this black square here. Okay, here it goes, and you can see that in the right side we have more option than for the spotlight. From here I can choose my line size, I can change the perspective, and as I can see I can also edit the polygon points like this. Okay, so let's create this polygon here to mark this area between the players. And of course, down here I will have my line with the object. I can edit it just by dragging one of these extremities. In this case, it's not so visible as it's black, but I can put it from second 1 to the 4th. Very easy, no? And as I've done for this, I can add an arrow, for example, from here to here, and I select it, change the color, change the line stroke. Here, like for example, this one, now maybe it's too. Okay, here. And also the type of line. Okay, now that I selected this arrow, I can edit the entry time. And I can also from here enlarge the duration of my clip and preview it. And here it goes. So I can add as many elements as I want. In this case, we have a new feature that will also be available in KlipDraw Motion. That is the option to add this emoji. We can choose any one of the emojis here, and this image will appear. We can place it in anywhere we want, and just set up his duration. Okay, like this, and let's add a vision angle also. Change the color. Okay, here. And of course we can add also a predefined text box from here. Just click on the where we want to add it, and here I have my window text, predefined text window. I can change. I have 20 types of different predefined text boxes. For those who has already used KlipDraw Animate, they should already know that. And of course, I can choose, for example, this one, and I type here my comment. Okay, for example, tag comment 1. This is just an example. Okay, I can change the color. Okay, so once I created my text, I can resize it here, and of course I can edit its duration down here, and just preview, and here I have my animation. As you've seen, very smooth, clear. You just have to get used to this new way, more visual way to use our animation script. And if I want to delete, I just can click on the bin. So if I click to export, I will see a preview of my animation, and then I will go back to my video reproduction window. And as you can see here in the Mac environment, the animation will be placed on the right column, and I have this line, white line, to reproduce my animation. So that is mainly what we've got for KlipDraw Animate for Mac. It has not changed a lot from the previous version, just this interface. And as you can see, it's very smooth. You can download it from now from our website. And let's go with the very brand new software, KlipDraw Motion, the one that for which someone has waited for 2 years. We have some very good features that are unique for this software. So let's go. Okay, so first of all, open our Motion here. And as you can see, the window, the intro window, is similar to the Mac one that we've shown. We have always the same options to open a new project, open a KlipDraw Motion project, or the KlipDraw Motion project recently saved. It will change a little bit the way in which we are working with the software with respect to the previous one, and now we'll see how it is, but it has this very strong feature for the automatic tracking in particular that will help us to save a lot of time. I will just repeat this. So let's open a new project. I've selected a video of 15 minutes, but as you know, you can add a video of any duration. Here I always have my main timeline. As we can see, this window has not changed a lot from the anime version. I can go fast forward, play, stop, and I can also zoom to my second timeline from here to have a better precision in the moment of creating a new clip. So I move the cursor in this line. As you can see, it will change also the cursor in the upper one. Okay, and once I've decided where to start my clip, I can use my mouse to click, drag, and drop my cursor at the end of the clip, one selected, for example, here, and I can also readjust it in a second moment. Okay, so once I selected my clip, I click on drawing window, and here we go in the motion environment. It's similar to the previous one I've showed you with the basic tools up here. But as you can see on the left column, I have available just a couple of options. What does it mean? KlipDraw Motion works with different environments. We have the fixed tools environment, that is this one, then we will have the tracking one, and then we have the animate one. And except from that, it also had changed the timeline down here, as we are not working anymore with a single frame. We are working with a video. So as you can see, I can play it with my spacebar, move around. I also have my play keys up here. So let's go straight to the new tracking, the new features. So I select the tracking. I, for example, select the spotlight, click on it, and I've seen that my cursor I've turned it out into a selector. I have to select the player or the object that I have to follow with this small rectangle. I can resize it if the player is bigger with my mouse wheel, or just make it smaller. We always recommend you to select, if you're selecting a player, to select the player from nearly the shoulders until the knees. This is very important because from the selection, it will depend the quality of your tracking. So let's click, and here I have my spotlight. I can change it colors, and if I click play, here we go. It's creating a tracking line here. I'm not doing anything more than that. And the software is doing everything. So here we go. I have a tracking. I can just stop it. And from here or here, you can decide. And here I have a preview of my tracking. Incredible, not? Very easy. And one other features that I can show you, and that is unique for KlipDraw Motion, is that I can change the characteristics of this spotlight in any moment of the tracking which I want. Now I'm turning it red, and then let's imagine that I want to turn it into another color here in, okay, white. Let's do it white. Okay, and here we go. But let's see that from the start I have my tracking in yellow, then turns red, and finally turns white. This is very helpful if we want to show some concept to the player if he's doing it wrong or well. And after that I want to show you another type of tracking, a tracking that can follow the movement of the ball. So let's imagine that I want always to select the player with the ball. So I follow this first one, then when he passes the ball, just here, yeah, I have the tracking here. So when he passed the ball, I stop the video and move the selector to another player. And what's happened? It started to follow the second player. And now he passes again the ball. I can move it to this one, and then to this one, and then let's see where it's going here. So to this one. Easy, no? We can repeat it for an infinite number of time. And let's select this last one. And here we go. I close my tracking, and we can see a preview of my tracking. Of course, I can change all the characteristic of my spotlight during the tracking to adapt it to the dimension of the player. For example, here, make it a little bigger. Just move it here. Okay, like this. And all these changes will be saved into the tracking. So once we ended it, we can see them all. Okay, we can also readjust the duration of our tracking. So if I want this tracking to be shown, for example, from, let's see, here more or less, I can reduce his duration. As you can see, I have this white line here that represents the part of the tracking that it's hidden. The tracking will still be there, but will not be visible in the final video as well as in the preview. We can enlarge the tracking in this white line when we want. Of course, it will not be possible to enlarge the duration of a tracking already done. In this case, we will have to make another one. But this is not the only features that we can do with the trackings. Let's imagine that we want to track multiple players at a time. Yes, we can do it with KlipDraw. So if I want, for example, to open a new tracking for example, a circle for this player, here we go, readjust my platform, and let's open a new one for this one, and readjust. And down here I can see that I have my two trackings active. So if I want to stop just this one, I select it and click on this red button. And as we can see, it disappeared. And I can do it for an infinite number of trackings. So let's, for example, add this free one at the same time. So here it's one, then I make this second one, and then another one here. All right, okay. And here we go, we have three trackings active. In this case, I didn't select so well the third player, so I will have to make this more readjustments for this player until this selector did not find the player again and start to follow it. Okay, here, for example. Okay, and here we go. It has taken it, and we have this free tracking that are not losing the player. And we can readjust them at any moment. And once we've ended, just click on stop tracking and the free tracking will stop. Here we have a preview, the second tracking, and here appears the free tracking at once. Okay, we cannot just make the trackings, we also have the possibility to link them. For example, if I select this one to this one, I can link this two and this two, for example. And here I have my linked tracking. They will be linked until the end of the tracking. And I can do it with all the tools, the tracking tools of KlipDraw Motion. So I reactivate this, and let's imagine that now I want to add an animate. If I want to add an animate, I just click here, I enter the environment, and here I can see that I have near all my animate tools. They are all in reality. So I change, I create this area, for example. Then I can create, I don't know, maybe create an arrow from here to here. Then as I can see, I will have my objects just marked here, down here, as we've seen before in the KlipDraw Animate for Mac version. I can resize them, just make it appear, for example, a second one. Then let's add this, and here I can have a preview of my animate. Okay, and if I want to hide my motion because it's just storing in my analysis, I can do it from here. So let's go back to the motion tab, and here I can see this white line that is representing our animate. If I had more animates, more white lines will appear. Also here in our tabs, we can accede to all the animates that will be marked from the second of the start. So once that I'm happy with my clip, I can decide if to export it as directly from this window as a single clip. I can click here, export, or I can just save it and go back to my video reproduction window. Here I'm just seeing the process of saving the video. Up here I have a percentage with the advancement of this saving and exportation. In reality, we are exporting our video to our main window. So here it's saved, and just close it. And here we can see that we have these two lines that represent the start and the end of our drawings inside the clip. We can resize the clip, and let's move to another clip. Create another. I want to find a clip in which I can show you how the software can be used in difficult situations. What we mean with difficult situation. For example, here these two players are constantly moving behind other, covered up by other players. If we are using a normal tracking, it can be hard to track them automatically. So in this case, we have an option. We can use the save mode. Now I will show you as it works. So I select my clip, I create one. Here, for example, just resize. Okay, until here I can see. Okay, from here I want to start it here. Okay, here we go. Okay. So let's draw, and here my drawing window. As I said, I will use the safe mode. This safe mode allows us to reproduce the video at a low and a slower slowly, and will help the computer to process the automatic tracking in a better way. So just select the safe mode here. Okay, and then we can also change the precision of the safe mode from the tracking options on the right. So new tracking, okay, select for example a spotlight. I resize the selector. Remember, the size of the selector will be very important in the moment of the tracking. And okay, we adapt the spotlight to the player, and then let's make a new tracking, and for this one, okay, and readjust the spotlight options like this. I can use the mouse wheel to resize the base of the spotlight. And let's start with the safe mode. As you can see, the video is player slowly, and here I see that I'm stopping. I see that I'm not losing any of my tracking. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, and here we go. They are following all the time the player until the end. At the end of the tracking, at the end of the clip, the tracking will close automatically. And here I have a preview in normal time. As you can see, they're working perfectly, and in reality it didn't take more than 15 seconds or how much it was. So I can also link these two objects. As I said before, I can link any tracking object to another one, and here I have a preview. Okay, we know that communication is very important, and in particular softwares like KlipDraw has been born for helping the communication. So we can use colors to communicate concepts, but we can also use text. And one new feature about this software is that also allows you to create multiple tracking on a single player. For example, let's select a new tracking, and I want to add a label over this player with some comments about how he's playing. So I select the player. I can type here, for example, comment 1. Okay, I close it. I can resize my label and adjust it a little bit. And when I click to play, my label will start to follow the player. I can readjust it here. And let's imagine that right now I just want to give another notify to this player, just different from the first one. So let's click on the label and just change the text. Resize, adjust it, and I can see that my text has changed. I can do it as many times as I want. For example, another one here. Okay. And okay, in this case, I remember you that we can change our tool feature, our tool characteristic at the end. So here I have a preview, comment free, and here I can change from here to here. Okay, find right here on this text, and I can change the tool characteristics. Okay, and here we go. He's following, and the text has changed during the reproduction. This is a unique feature of KlipDraw Motion. At the moment, you cannot find it in any other tracking software. So I change here, and we can also add in this animation predefined text boxes. This is a static element, so it will be maintained during the video. It will be maintained over it. So let's do a throw in. So here I have, and as you can see, I can see it down here, maintain, and I can resize. I can just set the start moment, and let's add also an emojis. We've already seen them before in the KlipDraw Mac version. And they can help us to communicate some reactions, or they can help us in a lot of situations. For example, a star, I can place it here, and I can resize with the control mouse wheel, and I can see that down here has been added my track. By default, all the tracks of the fixed objects will have a duration of 5 seconds. So I resize it to start it here and here, and I can see my whole clip will be maintained in there. So now, for example, I will export this clip. If I want to save it in my computer as it is, I can just click on export, just put the name and just save it. And as I can say, I will have a percentage line over there that will show us the percentage of the clips. So once saved, I can go back to my preview window, and from here I can create other clips up to 10, and I can decide to export them all or just few of them. And this is mainly all these are mainly all features of KlipDraw Motion. I hope that you like them. As you can see, it's a very powerful tool. And right now, let's go to the most frequent asked questions. We have recollected them, but if you have any other question that is not inserted in this list, please write it on the chat, and at the end of this of the presentation, I will try to answer to as many as I can. Okay, so let's go with the questions. Okay, we will start with the frequent asked question for KlipDraw Motion. Okay, the first one is, I already have installed KlipDraw Basic or Animate. Can I get a free trial of KlipDraw Motion? The answer is yes. You can do this. You can already enter in our brand new webpage, and from there, just download our free version of KlipDraw Motion of 30 days. You will not have any issue by downloading this version of the software. How much does motion cost? This is one of the most asked questions. Right now, you can see it on the web. I cannot tell you right now the prices, because I have different prices that depends from the country and the value, and I cannot say every price right now. But you can enter just now in the website and check it for yourself. I currently use KlipDraw Basic or Animate. Can I upgrade to Motion? The answer is yes, of course. If you go again to our webpage, you will see that in the pricing page, you will have the option to check if your license can be upgraded. All the KlipDraw Basic and Animate active license can be upgraded, and you will have just to pay the difference of the price between the cost of the basic or animate license to the motion one. Is motion available for Mac OS? As I said at the beginning of this presentation, the answer is no. For the moment, it's only available for Windows. So if you want to use KlipDraw Motion on your Mac, you will have or to make a partition or use an emulator software. When is Motion available to buy? It's available right now. So you can go to our website, KlipDraw.com, and from there you will be guided in the step to download and install the software. You will see that it's very simple. Can I use Motion on a tablet? This also it's a very asked question. You can use KlipDraw Motion only if your tablet has a Windows 8 Pro or 10 Pro operating system. Normally, the most used tablet of this kind is the Microsoft Surface Pro, for example. And now let's go to the frequent asked KlipDraw Mac questions. If you have any other question about KlipDraw Motion, just write them in the chat. Okay, so which KlipDraw products are available for Mac operating system? At the moment, as I said, the only product available for KlipDraw for Mac OS system is the KlipDraw Basic and the KlipDraw Animate. Can I get a free trial of Mac version? Yes, of course. You can go to our webpage and from there download a 30-day trial of KlipDraw Animate or KlipDraw Motion. Okay, another question that we received a lot in the last days. I have a basic or animate license for Windows. Can I change it for a Mac OS license? The answer is yes, of course. We invite you to send us an email to sales@klipdraw.com and request the change of device. We ask you to send an email with your license number, please, and we will answer you as soon as possible. I remember you that once you have activated the license on Mac, you will not be able to use the same license on Windows. Can I use KlipDraw on an iPad or iPhone? The answer is no. I'm sorry. They can only be used on Mac OS. Okay? So these were all our questions. As I said, right now I will check if you wrote any question in the chat. Or iPhone. The answer is okay. I'm sorry, there was like technical error, and now here I go. Okay, so let's start. I will start from the last ones. Okay, I've seen that Alberto has already answered to some questions here. As I said, for Football Meta, can't wait. We'll update him from animate to motion cost the amount. You can see it in the web page. As I said, there is a section dedicated to that where you can copy your KlipDraw license. I've seen a question here. Can I use the standalone software until you integrate it? Yes, you can use the standalone software of KlipDraw even if you are an export user. So we recommend you to have the last version of an export installed on your computer, and you can go to our webpage and download for the moment KlipDraw Motion as a standalone software. So I've seen a question of Duruf. Is there a tracking feature for following the ball on itself? You can use the tracking feature to follow the ball. The only thing we ask you, the software will need is that the ball can be seen. So it has to have a very good quality video to track the ball, but you can do it. If you select it well, you can also track the ball. Okay, I've seen that Craig asked, is there a limit of the number of players that can be tracked simultaneously? And as Alberto already answered, it depends from the power of your computer. If you have a i7 or i9 processor, you can track 6 or 7 players at the same time without problems. Okay, I've seen that. If you have any other question, in official website, I have trail of motion to download. Yes, as I said, you have a free 30 days trial, and it is possible to include audio recording over the clips. It will be available in the new update of KlipDraw Motion that we will launch shortly. We will also launch shortly the new interface for KlipDraw Animate and Basic, and we will also launch the KlipDraw Motion version integrated into Nextport. In this actual version, it will not be possible to add audio recordings. Okay, so if you don't have any further questions, I kindly invite you to download the software from the webpage. And if you have any question, you can contact us at any time at info@klipdraw.com or sales@klipdraw.com. Thank you a lot for your attention and have a good evening. Bye.